Morning, everybody. It's Monday, September 15th. Welcome to the Inside Edge, and it is round two of Incompetence in the New Jersey judiciary. The saga of Superior Court Judge John Deitch has gone from bad to disastrous, and now the appellate division has managed to add its own epic failure over the weekend that has left the small-town election in chaos. So here's the timeline. Deitch got the Roselle Borough Council case in June after the Democratic primary produced a 3-vote win for Denise Wilkerson. Deitch turned down a request for a recount. He said there was no evidence at all that there might have been any mistake in a race that close. The appellate division disagreed. The recount cut the margin from 3 votes to 2 votes and sent it back to Deitch. And still, it took Deitch until last week, more than 3 months after the primary, to move the case through his docket. And when he finally ruled, he invalidated the election because at least 3 voters had been disenfranchised by poll workers. Then he ordered a new primary for December. And the problem is, the law doesn't allow him to do that. So Deitch scrambled. He tossed the nomination process to the Democratic County Committee. He ordered them to pick a candidate by Sunday. This was on Friday afternoon. That means that Cynthia Johnson, who lost the original primary, is now the candidate. Now, get this. Wilkerson immediately tried to appeal. She called the appellate division, no answer. She emailed, silence. Her lawyer sent a letter, nothing. Meanwhile, Deitch declined to stay, and that ballots are going to the printer this morning. And here's what makes this even more outrageous. Deitch issued his order after hours on Friday. He had circulated it to some parties before 4:30, but not all of them. The New Jersey Globe reported it an hour before he filed it on his docket. And yet when Wilkerson tried to get the appellate court to act, the lights were off and the doors were locked. And if this had been in federal court, a clerk would have picked up the phone and called back within an hour. In New Jersey, the appellate court doesn't work nights, weekends, holidays, or even when an election hangs in the balance. And we have to ask ourselves, is this acceptable? Should something be done about this? And should the public be told what happened and why? You know, there are a lot of extraordinary judges in New Jersey. I don't think Johnny Deitch is one of them. But what we saw from Deitch and the appellate division wasn't urgency, it was abandonment. And Roselle has now been botched twice. Once by a trial judge who took way too long, and again by the appellate judges who didn't bother to answer their phone. That's not just incompetence. That's maybe dereliction of duty, and it ought to shame the judiciary that the only people who acted with any speed in this case at all were the voters who showed up in June. That's all I have for today, everybody. Thanks for listening. I'll be back tomorrow.